Welcome to Total Fitheads.
Serious fitness for not so serious people. You got that hometown shirt on.
I'm in my
Everyone
hometown.
listening. Yeah, that's a Trinity wrestling shirt he's wearing.
I have
Do
all
you
my
wrestle?
medals back there. I used
Your
to.
medals.
I have all my medals. You know what's nice is I'm at my parents' house right now, and so I see all my nostalgic junk. I have all my medals right there. They're hanging. And I
Yeah.
have my bracket. The best thing about wrestling, there's a million best things about wrestling, but one of the great things about wrestling is when you win a tournament or when you enter a tournament, they have all the brackets in like these big cardboard things, and as you go on, they write in who wins and who's advancing and what the score was and blah blah blah. And then you get it if you win the tournament. They just give you the bracket because, like, what else are they going to do with it? You know.
Like a
So you have
handwritten
this.
thing.
I have a big handwritten framed bracket from every tournament that I won, and just a pile of them over there, and it's great. You're like, cool, cool, cool. And then you get to walk around with a big cardboard poster board thing, and they're like, "What'd you? Oh, it's because you won the thing." And you're like, "Oh yeah, I know. It's so hard. I have to carry this thing around." Whoops. Oh. Great. It's great. It's great.
You can't throw it out because it's sentimental.
I know. And then your mom frames it, and then you leave town for college, and she's like, "So," and you're like, "Nah, just hang on to it."
Yeah. You better not. I need my stuff.
It's so sentimental. I think I have a framed. This is terrible for the audio podcast, but hang on. I think I have it. Hang on. 1 second.
I cannot wait. I'm at the edge of my couch, wondering what he's bringing. A framed caricature from an amusement park. That's what it's gonna be. A framed painting he did in kindergarten of the finger variety. A framed map of his high school layout. It's a framed. Ooh, nothing as good as or it's way better than I guessed.
It's a giant poster of me.
I was wondering if that was the moment that you got hit and were spitting blood and broke a rib, but all of those
No, that's a
moments look the
different one.
same. It's a different moment.
It's a different moment.
It looks like you're helicoptering that guy in the air. Like you stood him up and you're going to spin around
Yeah, and then
and let him go.
I'm gonna give him a noogie.
Swirly.
That's wrestling.
That's
You're not
cool.
home. You're still in Los Angeles
Yeah, I'll be home later.
for Christmas.
Christmas. For the holidays. You can't say Christmas. You have to say holidays. You have to be
You'll be
inclusive,
home for Christmas.
I guess. Yeah, there's a tree there. And oh, I have to go to church. The day
No
I
way.
land in Pittsburgh, we go to Rock Church. My brother's wife's sister goes to this church that is just
Rocks.
they have lots of money and a rock band and a light show.
Cool.
Yeah, the production value is insane, and there's stadium seating, and people stand up. I mean, not me, obviously, I'm napping, but the people stand up, and it's fun and engaging and pretty crazy.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah, so I'll be going to Rock Church for Christmas, actual Christ Mass. Did your
So
family take you on Creaster?
No, we didn't. We don't really go to church. I've only been to church a handful of times. Although I did go to a friend of mine growing up. Her mom, we're like family friends. I'm like, I would feel comfortable like texting her mom. You know what I mean? That's pretty close, I would say. She taught a Sunday school for their church, and so I went to that. I don't know, it's like a semester basically. And what we did was we went to all these other churches and just did Sunday service at like a synagogue, like a Catholic, a Protestant, a Unitarian, like a Baptist. Like we went to all these other churches, and that was really fun. And it was fun because it was just like different packaging, you know.
Same gift.
Same basic idea.
Nice
like,
to people.
Yeah, be nice. Find a God you like and him, and then be nice to each other. And There you go. You're probably fine. Here's some cool music. Yeah, it was
I was just
fun.
thinking about this the other day. What was I reading where he was it was just about mindfulness and meditation, and he was saying that yeah, all the religions are the same. And he talked about the golden rule, which was I think it's in Mark. I tried to remember the chapter number, but it basically in a very godlike text way in the Bible it says do unto others as you'd have them do unto you.
Yeah,
And I was like, "Oh, cool. I didn't know the golden rule was in the Bible too."
that's where it's from. Yeah, I just did
But
the
then I
same
got
thing.
thinking about it, and I really would want you to be an a-hole to me. I would want you to call me out whenever I'm stupid or did something wrong or needed to improve somehow. And I don't
Yeah.
feel like I would do that to other people, you know? How I would have others do unto me is to be vicious so I improve.
Oh,
And there's in
weird.
no world am I gonna be vicious to people.
Yeah, that is a little one-sided. I think I think you maybe generalize it a little bit more, take a step back. The reason you want me to be vicious to you, why is that? You want to improve? That would be my way of helping you improve and thus improving your life.
And so then the way to help other people improve their lives is to just love them unconditionally.
Well, I think just generalize a little bit. You're talking about like a specific strategy, whereas I'm talking about a general idea of like I want to help my friend improve, be a better version of herself. There you go. How do I do that? I don't know. It gets a little
This
hairy.
rule's not helpful at all then. It's just wildly general. Give everyone what they want.
Yeah,
Ugh.
make people happy ish.
Ish. Yeah, I guess that's every Bible. Every sacred text. Make people happy ish.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, but not really.
Hmm.
We do a Bible reading though. In fact, I'm doing it this year.
Oh yeah.
I'm a little
I was
nervous.
gonna say that's pressure. You gotta put words from a page out your mouth.
I know public
Or teleprompter.
speaking. Ooh, no, I have the book
You get to look at the book. But then you don't get to look at a lens. You
cheat
gotta look at
sheet.
people that's so different than what we do.
I know, and also I haven't. I guess I started thinking about it. Everyone who does it, they stand up and then they put their face straight
Yeah.
down. And it came to pass that in those days the decree came out from Caesar Augustus that the land should be you know, and you're just like it like first of all like they're not, it's just not a good performance, and second of
No,
all,
engage with me.
yeah, I don't know what you know what's really funny too, and this is super embarrassing, but we would do this reading from the Bible from Luke whatever 2 chapter 2, and it's when Jesus was born. And so we would do it every year on Christmas because that was just part of one of our traditions. And I was talking to my grandma about it, and she was like, we did it because that's the it's Christmas. It ends with he was born and we laid him in a manger. Blah blah blah.
Blah.
And her family did it growing up, and so essentially for like 100 years, my family's been reading this one passage. But when we were growing up, I would only hear it once a year. And so I thought we were working our way through the Bible. But in reality, we were repeating the same passage. And so I'd be like, did we already, what happens next? I thought we already read that. I feel like we read the same thing. And so for like 5 years or whatever, I was like, okay, what happens next? What happens after that? But it just never,
Let's get to
it
the. He
never
never finished the
clicked.
Bible.
Yeah, I was like, I know this part. It's like when you like start watching a movie and like you can't
It's
remember where you
true.
are, or
Yeah.
like when you watch a series on Netflix or on streaming or whatever, and you start watching an episode and you're like, we've seen this episode. Go to the next
Yeah.
one. You know,
Yeah.
that's what it felt like. Like, no,
Yeah.
I know. There was no room at the end. So yeah. So then what?
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I got a great idea to make us rich for next year.
A new Bible.
Yes, but
Go
not
on.
new. Same Bible, but it's clear.
Oh, so you can
Clear
read through
Bible.
it.
You could do a reading and look at the people while you read it.
So like one of those clear teleprompters. You ever seen those?
Yeah, but it's a Bible.
Wouldn't you want to? Wouldn't you want to be able to use it for anything? No,
No,
just
because the teleprompter world has not tapped into the Bible community. Cross those over. We niche down our market.
smart.
Also, clear Bible. Like, how cool.
And you know what you call it? The Holy Ghost.
Oh, oh. I know my first customer is, and I'm bringing this up because we have to talk about my mom, my mother, because her
Thank
favorite
God.
color is clear.
7 minutes. That was pretty good. That was pretty
Yeah,
good. First of
well
all,
done.
why is you that okay? Hold on. So her favorite color is clear.
Yeah, she was, I don't know, past 50s whenever she discovered this too, because she went through life not knowing what her favorite color was, and I presented her the idea that maybe it's clear, and that was the clear answer. She loves clear things. She has a lot of see-through
Like
plexiglass stuff,
glasses.
like my glasses. She can never
That is
nail
a
down a
wild
color, and
one.
it's because her favorite color is to see through whatever is there. And
You know, I don't understand it, but I respect it. You know, what am I gonna do? Although,
did you ever see what?
is clear a color? Isn't clear
Well,
nothing?
that is
Like
the
how
immediate
white is
question.
the absence of color, or black is the absence of color, or whatever.
Depending
When
upon if it's light or pigment. I know. I
you
went
know
to
that
art school.
argument in grade school.
You mean 4 years of college?
Right, right. Quote unquote art school.
So yeah, it's clear color, obviously. Pantone XXXX. What is?
This is stressing me out. Is clear a color?
Did you see Christine's clear car before she took it off?
Yeah.
You did. You saw it in person. I don't remember if I showed you.
Yeah. Wasn't there somebody in the trunk or something?
Me.
Well, yeah, that was you. That was creepy.
Hilarious. I was
That's
giving
what I
thumbs
said.
up. It's not like I
Hilarious.
was being kidnapped.
It would have been better if you were like ball gagged and like wrist cuff wrist and wrist tied to your ankles or whatever.
What's your favorite
Anyway,
color?
blue,
You're a dude.
boring. Yeah. I like blue, but I started liking my favorite color to wear is red. Uh, because I read that other people are intimidated and scared by it or aroused.
Whoa.
And so now
Or
I'm like,
hungry.
yeah, hell yeah, I'm in. I'm down for that. I'm on any of those. I'll take it.
According to McDonald's, it makes you hungry, and according to police officers, it makes you ticket writable. But that's specifically a car.
Is that right? Oh, you
Yeah,
just like
red cars get more
noticeable.
tickets. I feel like that's like a common factoid that people bring up when they want to
Well, red
sound
cars
like
get more
they know
tickets
things.
because they get noticed, not because they're necessarily doing something. Not because
Right.
the
Yeah.
cop
It's not like
is
mm.
not, the cop isn't anti-red.
No, it's a subconscious thing. And it's not like people that buy red cars drive faster. Actually, that might be the case. Who knows?
Might be, yeah.
Those red car people and their fast driving. Ugh, I can't stand them. I hope they get more tickets.
I know this. Well, I had a friend who did a job interview, and it was one of those. It was right at the peak of the like it was very fashionable for job interviews to ask like weird brain teaser questions, like how Google
Yeah, why are
famously
pothole
said
covers round?
how many pennies can fit in this room and blah blah blah. And so
What would you do with a
his
brick that isn't build?
yeah, I hit you in the face with it for asking me that question. I don't, you know what I mean? So anyway, his
You're
question
hired.
was, I better, or you could hire me. There was some comedian that did a bit on it, and he goes, they say how many pennies fit in this room, and they don't actually expect you to answer it. They expect you to say, this many pennies in a line would be a foot, and this many pennies would fit in um, a square foot, and this penny's high is a cubic foot, and this room is about 15 cubic feet or 20, 30, whatever. And then you work it out. They want to see your thought process. What they don't want you to see, or what they don't want you to say is how many pennies fit in this room. A billion? That's it. That's the end.
Yeah.
Because that's what I would do. Anyway, his question was, how many blue cars are there in the United States? And he like kind of worked it out. He couldn't really get it. He eventually like thought about it that night and emailed a follow-up to the guy being like, hey, that question was bugging me. Here are my thoughts later on.
I
It was a
Googled
good
it and
answer.
here.
That would be my answer. Honestly, that's exactly what, like, if I was in a job interview and they asked me that, I'd be like, 1 second, where's my phone?
Let me answer your question precisely.
Mm-hmm.
Problem
Mm-hmm.
solving.
Mm-hmm. 400,005. It's just like
Uh,
it was just such like a weird, like, what's sort of in fashion to ask these. And it started with, those tech companies started, very fancy tech companies. That was a practice at Google and at Apple and at one of the other ones where they would like ask these incredibly sort of not dense, but like dumb, tricky trick questions. It's like,
yeah.
how many blue cars fit in the world? Who cares? A, B, I'll just look it up. C, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah.
But that being said, I haven't had an office job for about 25 years, so I don't
Yeah,
think
but
I
now it
would
makes
do
me
too
think I
well
should be
in an
asking.
audition.
I'm the one doing the interviewing now. Should my editor know how many pennies fit in my studio?
Better ask. Better ask quick.
What if you just threw out, I don't know, and then it wasn't actually precisely the right answer?
837,426,000. And he's like,
And
wait,
then
hold on.
you gotta hire the guy.
I'm like, no.
I would be like, okay, how many pennies fit in my studio? Write a poem about that.
Oh, God.
You doing a
So
haiku?
many pennies, obviously. So many pennies. What an unbelievable, dumb, dumb, dumb question.
All right,
You're
well,
welcome.
we have some other interviews to handle. Well, we will get back to you perhaps beginning of next week.
Sure, sure. Take your time.
Then you email me later. I meant smart, smart, smart.
Smart, smart, smart.
Smart question. Okay. So, do you want to talk about goals for next year? Or do you want to talk about
Pennies.
how
Oh
we
my God.
how we did? Ooh, we could do an episode about our how we reached our
What
goals
goals
for
we reached? Do you
this
remember my
past
goals from
year,
last
and
year?
then we could do a separate episode about our goals for the new year. I might want to do that because I have not yet given enough thought to my new year goals.
Well, I don't know my last year goals.
Oh,
You
okay,
do. You
fine. We'll
wrote
do
them
it all in
down in
one.
Evernote. Oh. Did you?
My goal for 2023 is to get you to understand Evernote.
Evernote, like, it's frustrating because I have plenty of other note things. I don't understand the advantage of Evernote. And I also don't, like, I use my iPhone notes a lot. And Evernote isn't on my iPhone.
Well, because you didn't download it.
That's
There's an app.
true. That's true. That's a good
The iPhone
answer.
notes can be organized into notebooks and tagged and
Yeah, they can.
shared
Yeah, they can.
with Android folks.
I don't think so, but I don't know any Android folks.
Can
Hang on 1 second.
you
Yeah. All right, I'm back.
sort? I'm looking at it now.
You can search.
Can you sort by when they're updated, what you tag them with, what they're titled by?
No, you can't. But I
Is there a
Haven't
chat
ever done that.
functionality, offline download, a shortcut functionality? Does it work when you go to your parents' house and use their computer?
Well, I like that Notes is on my computer, and I like that Notes is always on my phone. And if I'm on an airplane, Notes is on my phone. I don't. There's no sync or whatever. I feel like
Oh,
I got caught with an Evernote one time, or I got caught on a plane trying to use Evernote, and I didn't have any service, and it just didn't work. And I was like, well, this is a complete waste.
yeah. Or you get
But
on a
then,
Spirit
oops, I
flight
just
and they're like,
watched a
we don't have
movie.
Wi-Fi. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Uh, no, I like just like notes that are right there.
fine.
But
Well, we all agree that Google sucks.
yeah, I was using Google Drive a lot, and it just wasn't doing it for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I feel like I lose documents that I made.
Yeah.
And if it's shared with you, good luck.
Oh my God. No.
At
I got
least that
mad at
should be my goal for
Dropbox.
next year.
Dropbox doesn't have you can't organize into folders or Google Drive or what was it? Maybe it was one of them. One of the cloud sharing devices you couldn't do it in folders. Or you could organize Dropbox into folders, but it doesn't have like subfolders or there's no like obvious way. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
There's no tree of folders. There's a
what do you
folder of
mean no
this
tree?
and there's another folder in that, but there's no way to look at like a file manager or task manager or whatever. File
I
manager.
am gonna switch to Notion here soon, though. You heard of that? I know.
No, what is Notion? Is that like
I'm like a freaking startup. It's supposed to replace, I don't know, it's like a wiki and a website and Evernote all in one, and you can link
notes,
to other
docs,
notes and
tasks? Oh
Dropbox and
God.
have tasks and comments and I know. But Levels uses it, and I just need to function like Levels. I want to be that smooth in my businessing.
A lot of the businesses I deal with are either on Slack or Discord, actually, oddly enough.
Oh
But
yeah.
Slack, I don't understand what Slack is other than
It's
just
like
a
Discord,
messaging
but
thing.
yeah. It's Discord, but
A
Silicon
different
Valley.
sound.
Yeah. Yeah. Discord is just gamers and NFTs.
Bunch of
I have a
nerds.
Discord.
Yeah, so me too. Everybody does. Bunch of nerds. Did I tell you I made a TikTok and it kind of blew up, kind of not, but it was a bunch of people like threatening me with promoting alcoholism
Mm,
or no, promoting um the crux of the TikTok was there are words above me that say I'm a little too drunk. I probably shouldn't have another one. And then I look at it and I'm like, roll my eyes, and then I start cutting a lemon to make another drink. Ha ha ha. The idea was it's an internal monologue, obviously, but
yeah.
the comments were like, "Wow, bro, you should like read up on consent. Like, way to
Oh,
drug or
I really must
force people.
go.
Yeah, exactly. Like force
Baby, it's
someone to
cold
have another drink."
outside.
And I'm like, you nerds. Oh my God. Talk about like self triggering a little bit. And also talk about like the first thing that came to my mind was making myself a drink. The first thing that came to your mind was like making some drunk
Forcing a
person
drink on someone.
on,
Yeah.
right?
That's a
So,
Freudian problem for you, viewer.
yeah. Who are we really talking about here, guys? Like it was bonkers. And I haven't like come out and said, I mean, I kind of said it in the comments, but I haven't like completely blanked on them because I don't really want to dunk on these loser commenters,
Sure.
nerds. And I also like the engagement.
This is a lot of views
But
on that.
I'm like, guys, what are we talking about? It's a video about me making myself a drink. And you guys are like hairpin triggered. And like people were making like response videos about the patriarchy and stuff like that. And I'm like, guys, we gotta chill out. I made myself a vodka soda. Like, you guys can take a chill pill.
Today, a man forced a drink on someone. It was himself. Bring down the patriarchy.
digitally. Yeah, it was that was a great one. Good stuff.
I
Anyway.
You made that Christmas video though where you redid the song.
Oh, baby, it's cold outside. That's one. That is. I love that video. I gotta
It's
repost
so
that.
funny. You should redo that. Put it or just cut it up and put it up again because that's so perfectly relevant now.
I
It's the
should just cut it
holidays.
up and put it as like the response to that video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you. I'll do that tonight.
Excellent. To anyone that hasn't seen the entire canon of Max No Sleep's creation, he redid Baby It's Cold Outside so that as soon as Brittany says, I really must go, he then just shoves her out the door. That's the end of the night. And so the song is like 2 seconds.
I know, and I did the whole intro, and it's so slow. And I looked up the movie, and I like tried to sort of loosely base it on the dialogue beforehand. And I'm like making a. I have the shaker. I'm making a drink, and we're looking at the snow. And I was like, because I really didn't think it. I thought it was a good idea, and then I put it down. I was like, oh, this is a 4 second video. I need to like beef it up a little bit. Like this joke isn't
Yeah.
going to land unless I really drag out the what's before the punchline, the premise, I guess, the
Right. Yeah.
setup.
The intro. Yeah. Setup. There you go.
Yeah, and that was actually tough because I had to figure out how to drag the setup out as long as I could, and then she goes, I really must go, and I go, okay, and then I shove her out the door, slam it on her, and then the other tricky part was I had to figure out a button on top of that. And obviously, you know me, it was just I chomped down on a handful of Pringles.
It's chips.
Like that sound. And I was like, that's my
Yeah.
it's the Pringles sound. That's fair enough.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, that's one I was really proud of that one. I like that one a lot. I
I can't
wasn't
wait to
proud
see it
of
again.
how my beard looks exceptionally bizarre in that one because I'm wearing a white button-down shirt. One of the problems with my beard was at the end I didn't really figure out how to trim it right. I just let it go forever. What you should
Like
do
a
is
good wizard.
you should trim the ends. Once it gets, you can like you put your hand behind your beard, and once you where you cannot see through your beard, that's where you trim it. A lot of beards like they get real thin at the end. It's just the way that your hair grows. So I hadn't done that. So I had a lot of clear little fringe spots,
Yeah.
and it looked exceptionally bizarre because I was wearing a white shirt. That was the other thing is when I had that long beard, I shied away from wearing a white shirt because it would accentuate that. I shied away from smiling with my teeth in photos. I realized because once in a while I would smile with my teeth, and my mustache would like cover one of my teeth, and it looked like there was a giant gap or like a black space. That was a weird one.
You and your beard. Yeah. Can we talk about what my favorite Christmas video that I'm so proud of is you and your beard?
Oh yeah, that's
And you
coming
play
back, right?
Jesus. What
That
I
was
just
such a
recently put this up again because we turned in the club, Go Shorty, It's Your Birthday, to a Christmas song because it's Jesus's birthday, and you played Jesus so impeccably.
yeah. You called me and you were like, "Hey, so I need you to play Jesus," and I was like, "Hold on, let me just check my ego real quick." Yeah, that should be no problem. Uh, It ended up looking really the music video came out terrific. I mean, all your videos you do with him are. Have you?
Thank you.
Have we spoiled the? Is that one
What
out yet?
the new one with Chris? It's not out yet. It's coming
Okay,
out this
I
Friday.
don't want to. That's called a tease. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Well, everyone knows because I was like posting about having shot the video with him, so
I
it's
know.
fine. But same guy that I did the in the club with, we were doing another Christmas song. There's no Jesus though. Man, you really did make it. You Harlem shaking in a robe is just the best. In slow motion too. And I was rewatching it because I put it up again. I forgot that you turned the water into champagne.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
But we just like timed it perfectly so you're dancing with it and then suddenly it switches. And then you pop the bubbly
That would be a
bottle full of
pretty.
bub.
I mean,
So
it's funny when we talk about like, that like that mental exercise or that what's it called? It's like a question where what's your favorite animal or what animal do you think you are? And
Yeah,
then
your
it
spirit
that
animal.
tells you something about your personality or whatever. It's funny that when people ask what superpower would you like to have, people talk about flying or invisibility. Nobody mentions turning water into wine, alcohol. That would be a pretty fantastic one.
That'd be pretty solid. I
Not bad.
think
Not
I might
bad.
say that one. Well, there are no superheroes that do that, right? That's not DC or whatever the other one that isn't DC.
Most of the superheroes were, loosely geared towards children.
Fine.
But, there's, it's a wild world for superheroes now. But I wonder what that would say about you if that was your superpower.
Life of the
Is that
party,
like
obviously.
life of the party? Not like wow, you think you have a god complex?
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
both?
right.
Or both?
Maybe. I don't know. I just thought, wow, that dude's really fun because all we had was water. Or I would never put him on my apocalypse team because we need water. Stop turning it into wine.
I know.
We're all gonna die.
Or like if I wouldn't like hug him too hard because I don't want my
It's like the Midas of wine, and then you get drunk because you
you're like
you hug him, and
vodka.
he adds
You're
your blood
full.
alcohol
You're just
level
like
goes up.
your body's vodka. Ugh.
Uh, that's great.
What
Okay, so
is
you
your
didn't
what do you guys drink on? Do you guys drink on Christmas?
do. Oh yeah, of course. Like, what
What
does
do
my
you
family drink?
like? For example, people in theory love eggnog. Do you like eggnog?
In theory, I also like eggnog.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe the other way
I
around. In theory, I don't like eggnog because 1 tablespoon is 100 calories. It's insane. It's just like drinking straight butter. Yeah, did you not know that?
well, first of all, I haven't had it in a long time because I shied away from it because I think it is just raw eggs beaten and then in a punch bowl. What
Yeah,
does eggnog
maybe.
actually taste like? It's like milkshake or I don't really know. Is it like
Yeah,
milk?
it's super sweet and thick.
Just like
Ah.
me, up top, heads up over
Hey,
there.
with two C's. You do like whiskey though, but you don't like ruining whiskey.
Well, is that what you put in the eggnog? I thought.
Yeah, brandy, whiskey. Imagine not gin or vodka.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, tequila eggnog doesn't sound very appealing. Or maybe it does.
Gatorade the
I don't
next
know.
morning.
There you go.
I saw a
Gatorade that.
screwball flavored eggnog. I was just at
What
Bevmo.
is eggnog? I feel like I'm way behind. I'm googling it.
This is your
WTF
job interview.
is eggnog?
So, I see here you have a 4-year degree. What is eggnog?
If you had to guess, what's eggnog? You're like,
I just
what?
hold job interviews instead of Google. I'll hold job interviews in the middle of my day, so I can
Yeah.
get answers to stuff.
This resume looks great. Oh, Wharton. Wow. Okay. How
What are
how
my
do you
gift
file
ideas?
your taxes? Interesting. I see. Oh, okay. Captain of the volleyball team. I like that. How do you get health insurance?
Should I refinance?
Yeah. At its core,
So,
eggnog is an emulsion of milk and or cream, sugar, and yes, eggs. Bonappetit.com.
why did they put yes eggs as though we were in disbelief that eggnog had egg in it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Whipped egg. Oh, you know what? It's like when you get a cocktail and they put like an egg yolk in it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking about?
right, of course, which is really common in LA because everybody wants to spend a lot of time and money impressing you and giving you salmonella simultaneously.
Yeah. Every bar, every
And
establishment
Taco Bell.
wants to, yeah. Yeah. And TV.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I want to make my own eggnog now.
Traditional eggnog is made with raw egg, whipped.
Yolk too,
Uh,
though. It's always egg whites whenever you get a foamy egg drink at a bar.
It's always like whites. Yeah, you need that extra protein. I don't think
That
you should be eating a lot of
omega
eggs. Isn't
omega
your
3s,
cholesterol
omega 6s.
an issue?
Yeah, vegan eggnog. What? How do I do that?
Vegnog. Vegnog.
It
That's what
probably
it is.
exists.
It does. Oh, I bet dollars to donuts. My God.
No, because I've typed that in,
Vegnog.
and Google's trying to tell me
Vegnog
that I
vegan
wanted
recipe.
eggnog. Yeah, Vegnog,
I
nourish
see two.
plant-based living.
Yeah. Nourish magazine. Oh, vegnog. Vegnog? How would you say that? Oat milk,
Vegnog,
cream, cinnamon,
because it sounds
vanilla.
like egg.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's just so dense calorically and probably nutritionally not at all.
No, I think this sounds like a Levels Health video.
Yo, yeah. What does eggnog do to your blood sugar? Ugh,
And
I
then what
missed
is
it though. It should have come out
vegnog?
today.
I guess you do champagne for New Year's.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird though that there's certain holidays with certain drinks? That's why I was asking about vegnog. Like sometimes we used to drink champagne on Christmas Day, just like a glass with our dinner or whatever. But
Yeah.
like New Year's, you're like, oh, champagne for sure.
Right.
Cinco de Mayo, we're doing tacos and tequila. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, Christmas is
Guinness on St.
I feel like a
Patty's.
wine. Guinness on St. Patrick's Day. I guess that's
Christmas
it.
is wine.
Fourth of July is just beers.
Specifically a domestic light.
Yeah, yeah, from a red Solo cup. Maybe we're really in a little echo chamber here. I don't know if that's universal.
Yeah. It's just us. Oops.
Vegnog. Well,
Okay.
try it.
Yeah, I'm down. And Christmas
Uh,
is not the day to be counting calories.
no, but I am thinking January might be a get in shape max month.
Whoa, go on.
Well,
You're
I
gonna
don't
cut out
really.
all eggnog in January.
No more negnog.
Eggnog. Only on the weekends.
Well,
Eggnog
only on
only.
Sundays. Well,
Oh.
only on Sunday mornings.
Sunday morning eggnog. We go to brunch and you and I get the bottomless eggnog.
And they're like,
What?
we don't have it. I'm like, I brought my own. It's fine. Well, I don't have anything planned. There's like nothing, not a lot of fun things happen in January, other in terms of like holidays. You
We
know,
can
there's
fix that.
no my birthday. There's
There's the Fit
no
Expo.
there's the Fit Expo on the 14, 15. We're going, right?
Sure.
Our
15 is in
annual
a Sunday. We could go after eggnog.
eggnog. I don't know.
Okay, so
We just
so
got a new
January, is it
blender.
like a no, like a really focused kind of month where you're gonna you cut a bunch of stuff out or try and X off
Yes.
every whatever every
Well,
day?
I'm planning on not traveling in January, which is nice.
Okay.
I feel like every month for the last 6 months or whatever, I've done something.
How am
You
I
know what I
supposed to be
mean?
healthy if I'm not sleeping on 8 sleep? You know,
Oh
then
my
everything
God,
just
I'm
goes to heck.
dying. Oh my God, I'm struggling on
Yeah.
my not temperature controlled mattress this week. But
I
I
gotta
think I'm
ship mine
gonna,
home.
yeah, I'm gonna, try to get a workout and a shake every day, get pretty good sleep. That's the
That's the
beginnings
goal.
of my month long plan. I mean, after our last episode, I might be taking lion's mane. I might be
Yeah,
doing
right?
water and
Oh wait, that
salt in
comes
the
on.
morning. What is that for?
Christine does that. It's like Gatorade, but not all the crappy chemicals.
Well, but he also mentioned it helps with your the electricity in your brain. Is that what he said? Or maybe I misheard that.
That wait, was
I've
that the episode we just recorded?
Yeah,
I guess I was zoning out. Jeez, I
zoning
didn't
out.
remember that part of
I
it
was zoning out too because I was like, wait, hold on, what? And then suddenly we were 15 minutes later,
on
and I
something
was like,
else. This episode for the Fit Heads is coming out next week, so stay tuned because we talk about nootropics, which is like trying to amp your brain up with pills.
That was a crazy, crazy rabbit hole.
So you think you're going to start experimenting with nootropics?
I don't know, but I don't mind. And I certainly, this feels like a month to sort of mess around and see what's going on. I've read about water and salt and lemon in the morning,
Yeah.
but specifically Himalayan
Yes. Pink salt.
pink salt. Um,
I just got a reverse osmosis machine and I feel like I'm going to live forever now.
what is that?
It's just a water filter, but I checked LA's water and
Oh
we're
God.
drinking arsenic, you know,
Oh God. Of course we are.
and lithium, uranium.
It's great. It's great. It's great. What about, did you try it with, did you Brita it?
He is referencing when we Brita filtered weird stuff from beer to Clamato, and it all tasted like water. Spoiler.
It really did. It was pretty impressive.
Pretty remarkable. Oh, we need to do hot beers again because I want to put that on TikTok.
Hey,
Everybody's stealing our. So after we did that Brita trend, everybody started doing it and then
I
told
know.
us we stole the idea,
I
which is
know.
so
And we were like,
frustrating.
check the date. And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay.
They came back to the video to be like, nope,
Yeah.
I won't.
I
Uh,
refuse. And then
so
we
we got
did
to start the hot beer trend.
hot beer. Well, we got to redo, restart the one that we've already done. We've already started. That's great.
Yeah,
What a
I'm
world.
in. You got to go back to your old place though, because that was perfect for filming in your
That
kitchen.
was the perfect kitchen. I'm so bummed about that. I just watched
Yeah.
a bunch of my where I was like going through and like looking at the thumbnails for my old kitchen videos. I did so much stuff there. It was such a great spot.
Yeah. You leaning on that counter. It's kind of like you're behind the bar,
Hi, welcome back to Max's.
and you can make stuff appear from underneath the
Yeah,
in that
it was
shelf
a really
area.
good. Yeah. Maybe I'll try it. My new kitchen is like too nice. It doesn't like part of the appeal of that old kitchen was like stuff was falling off.
Right.
Cabinet doors were literally falling off the their cabinets. And you're like, oh, it's like home.
It's a really good argument for joining your Patreon.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, well, yeah, we can do a lot of videos. Sunlight was another one I want to do in the, although I kind of already do that.
Yeah, don't you take your
I've
dog out
gotten
when you
out
wake
of
up or no?
meditation and I think I want to get back in, not because of meditating. I don't think that's helpful. I think uh my ability to give myself ADD has skyrocketed. Like wake up, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, back to TikTok, back to Instagram, back to, that is really making my brain short circuit, I think. And I need
Mm-hmm.
to start flexing my ability to
Focus.
focus muscle
Yeah.
again. And I
And
think
meditation was doing that.
that's what everyone has been saying. That's a really good way to at least start. But I've always had a really tough time with um, focusing on one thing. And I think it's only gotten
Yeah.
way, way worse because of my
I read a
job.
couple of books about meditation recently, and I've been meaning to tell you that. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know if you
Herb.
know, but I read that I wanted to bring this up next time we start talking about meditation because you know how you say that you didn't really feel the effects or the benefits of when you were meditating. One of the books said that specifically the people that will feel the effects of meditation have pain or are depression. So
Emotional
that's
pain.
when, yeah, no, physical
Yeah.
pain or emotional pain, depression. And I feel like you were probably not dealing with those types of things, and so then you're gonna feel the effects less. There was a third thing, and I was like, that's not Max either. No wonder it's not working for him. It's the people that feel it the most are
They're
dealing
in
with that.
physical pain, emotional pain, or they're ugly. Yeah, totally. None of those
Yeah.
three are me. So
Spend more of your time alone.
that's so funny. Although I don't know what's it. I mean, I was doing unguided, then I was doing guided. Now I'm back to unguided. I don't love transcendental. That's the one where you repeat a phrase. You know that? Do
Yeah.
you know
Oh,
what
what
that
about
is?
what's the one where you focus on different parts of your body?
That's
The
called body
Kanasa.
scanning, and you can either do it by you like envision like either like a literal scan going down your body from your head to your toes and then back up again, or a ball of light down and back up again, and then the ball of light sometimes like leaves the top of your head and is above you or in front of you or whatever. I don't know if these things are. It feels like these things are all exercises or mechanisms or strategies to help you keep your focus or not get
Right.
scatterbrained. The
Right.
whole idea is you're not really focusing on your breathing. You're focusing on one central thing so your mind doesn't jump to, oh, what's my shopping list? Oh, what was that thing I said in the third grade? Oh my God, I love that TV show. I think the idea is you
Exactly.
want to avoid all that. You want to focus on one thing and that thing is nothing, but that's really hard. And so they give you these
Thing to
like
repeat. Yeah.
strategies kind of. Yeah, exactly. So the light thing, counting your breath, counting your heartbeats, box breathing, stuff like that. I think those are all sort of strategies to achieve the focus and focus on nothing. But I didn't mind the light thing. I always did a
The
scan because I
light
thought it
thing.
looked cooler. Uh, I
So you're
liked the
getting back into
feeling
it.
of I'm thinking, I'm just putting this idea together. This idea is about 6.5 hours old. So
Hmm.
if you have any input, I'm all ears for the next 10, 11 days or whatever.
No, I think I'm gonna do it too, but only because one of the books that I read was specifically about productivity and mindfulness.
You know, it would
Which
be
they
messed
open with,
up.
okay, so you're that a-hole that's trying to be better at life because of meditating. You're not just trying to meditate because it's good for you. You
Yeah,
want to, so then it gave me all these reasons why.
this is a hack
I,
for you, isn't it? And you're like,
yeah,
no,
exactly.
yes, no.
It was still
You know,
convincing.
it would be messed up, and I don't. I'm regretting this before I even say it out loud. But what if we meditated on FaceTime without saying anything? And
Whoa,
we were just like,
accountability.
just like staring, not maybe not staring at each other, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
We
that's
start a new
part of it.
podcast and it's just us meditating.
It's just us box breathing.
And
That's
people
great.
turn it on loop to sleep. You're gonna be rich with all those streams.
And then in about like yeah, and then but the trick is like 25, 30 minutes in after we're pretty sure they've fallen asleep, we're like, subscribe to our podcast. And they wake up and they're like, I had the weirdest dream. I feel like I have to subscribe to this random yeah, I have to subscribe to this podcast.
Uh,
Why so you want to get into it for productivity, product practicality.
yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, it's exactly what you were saying though, because you are too. You want to be able to focus more. It's the exact same thing.
Yes, that's true. And I'm
He
also
he
wondering about breaking my own bad habits of I mean, the worst habit that I have, other than murdering people, is that I wake up and I just pop right on my phone and then I'm right to ADD everything,
yeah.
jump from one app to the other, this notification to that, this thing didn't upload, I got to do it again. Oh, this email, you know what I mean? And I do feel like it's the thing I struggle with the most, and I haven't come up with a plan on how to not do that. This is the beginnings of me formulating a plan to sort of combat that.
I've been using clockify.me
What is
and
that?
yeah, it's a desktop app and it also like goes into the clouds you can see on a browser or on your phone. And I just start clocking if I'm going on TikTok, it's going to be
Yeah.
to post and then I'll put that
Mm-hmm.
same thing on other platforms or whatever. So I type in socials vertical Like there are a couple of tags that I can put it on, and then I know how long I spent posting to vertical that day, and then I hit stop and I switch to a new task, and now I have bar graphs of
Oh
how I
God.
spent my time.
Oh, I hate that. I'm getting it right now.
Yeah. It's and I started it because of a different book I read. Look, people, I read. And when I say read, I mean that book was read to
Audible.
me while I was deadlifting because instead of listening to pump up music, I listened to audiobooks on productivity.
Oh, that
If
is
if you ever
so
needed proof that we
creepy.
wouldn't be friends,
That is the
dear
creepiest.
internet, you wouldn't like me in person.
Oh God, yeah. I know
Anyway,
exactly
I
what you're talking
found
about.
out that I'm clocking 70 plus hours a week of work.
It's pretty good. That's a lot. It's
That's
probably
not
too
good
much.
for work life balance.
You know, okay. I work-life balance has been a bit of a pet peeve for me lately because I agree. I don't think you should work all the time at the detriment of your happiness or your mental health or stability or whatever. I think that people can get into their jobs and ignore their wife and kids, and then they have a horrible marriage and horrible divorce, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's bad. Sure.
Right.
You
But
shouldn't
you
work
don't
so
have a
much
wife
that
or
you're
kids.
stressed out. You shouldn't, yeah. Well, you shouldn't work so much that like you can't sleep. You shouldn't work so much that it's affecting your physical health, mental health, whatever.
Right. Burnout.
That being said, what is a work life balance? Like, what you the traditional idea of work is a job that you work for somebody else. You don't really like your job. You just do it to make money and
Right.
provide a lifestyle or whatever. And then you go home and you do whatever. What we're doing, what you do, what I do, that is your whole life. Like that's awesome, you know? And so the work life balance is, your hobby is making videos or writing jokes or editing a video or whatever. Like yeah, you probably like aspects of it more than other aspects. You probably think like parts are tedious or some parts can start taking up more time than ever or than
Ugh,
before or whatever.
podcasting,
Yeah, well, editing I
listening to
think is a
Max.
big one. Yeah, listening to Max, that's the worst. But a work my life is, in theory, the goal is your life is your work, is your dream, is your blah blah blah.
Right. That's the
You
new
know,
American dream, which is a shame because then everybody has to achieve that. And then if they don't, it's their own fault. But that's really hard to do.
it's really hard to do. But that's why these people
I
talk about like if you find what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I think that's what they're talking about. Now,
But there's some BS to
I
that
don't
too
know.
because the extrinsic versus intrinsic reward, once you start getting paid to do the thing you love, then you start hating it, which thank
Yeah.
God I don't. I don't know how I got lucky. But see, is this a double-edged sword? Because I honestly have, if I was not doing what I'm doing, I don't know what my personality is. My entire self is tied up in putting videos on the internet.
I
And
know.
if that doesn't exist, I am nothing.
And
That doesn't sound healthy.
yeah, I mean, we haven't tested it, so we don't really know. But right off the bat, it doesn't sound super healthy.
I guess that's what I mean about balance. But I
Yeah,
don't feel burnt out. I could
I
see
think
that
that's. I
happening
think.
though.
I think you got to watch out because you can really like my first job, my office job. I worked unbelievable amounts. I just really liked it. It was my first
Oh, cool.
job. I was working really, really hard, a lot of time. It. I realized later that it wasn't something that I liked doing. I didn't like figuring out like development land codes or whatever. But I liked working and achieving goals and working as part of a team or working by myself or whatever. But yeah, one of my friends was like, "You're gonna burn out. And you got to be real careful because burning out, it's not just that like you get kind of tired of it. Burning out really means suddenly you're like, I'm done. I hate this. I can't even pick up a pencil anymore to write a joke, like let alone film an entire comedy special or whatever. Like when you really burn out, then it's like you fall off a cliff. It's like when you're deadlifting, you can actually hit, you fall
Yeah.
off a cliff. You don't like kind of get weaker and weaker. You know, you don't sort of ramp up and ramp down. You ramp up and then you're done.
You're not doing anymore.
Suddenly,
That's
like
it.
the
Yeah.
lift that you could do 20 minutes ago, you can't even get it off the ground. It's
Mm,
crazy. It's really crazy. So you do have to be a little careful with actual burnout. I don't know how often that happens. I think it probably happens a little bit less than people think, but you don't know. You got to watch out for it. But if you're not feeling any sort of burnout, or if you're like enjoying doing it, then what's the what's the
sure.
problem? I guess the problem is you're annoying your friends and family.
Yeah. When I turn the camera on. Oh,
Pointing
thank
at
goodness
myself.
my
Yeah,
nieces and nephews still think being a YouTuber is cool.
I
I'm
know.
definitely going to film them when I go home.
I'm definitely going to use them for their cuteness, monetize their cuteness. Yeah, for
Are you
sure.
kidding me? Yeah, the ad dollars on that is incredibly great.
Cha-ching.
I did hear that there 50% of kids now want to be YouTubers. They're coming for us.
I know these little
They
twerps.
want our jobs.
Well,
Not
if they were
necessarily
so smart,
YouTubers, in
it's
creators.
just content creators of any kind. Yeah, I think TikTok, they're spending way more time on TikTok than little kids still use YouTube a lot because it's quote unquote family safe. Or
Yeah,
TikTok
for sure.
apparently is like the
Horrible.
wastelands. You never know what's going to happen, which is
Or what
true.
they're taking from us as adults.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't even want to think about that. But anyway, Clockify. I feel great about that.
I know. And I
I
thought that it would change. So when I downloaded Clockify and then a week later made a note on my calendar to consolidate email usage, figure out exactly how much email time I'm going to give myself and focus on that. Didn't help me with that at all. It just helped me realize that, oh, I am putting in a lot more time than I thought. And
That's actually really
I am
convenient.
pretty efficient at, okay, when I'm on email, I just freaking get it done and then go do something else. So
Yeah.
I can't improve my efficiency, is what it taught me. I
Mm.
can't get any better. Ugh.
I'm
So
so
I
great.
gotta
Just so great.
hire. I don't know. Like if I can't get faster, I gotta, yeah.
It's like a it's so what are the categories that you break your time into? Or
Yeah.
do you make
So
them up, or do you?
yeah, you can make them up, and then you have categories and then tags. So like right now, I have a clock running. Total fit head is the category, and the tag is recording. Now, if I was editing, it would be editing total fit heads, whatever. And you can color them so total fit heads is blue and
Can I be a
fitness
tag?
outrageous. What's that?
Can I be a tag?
Do you want just max as a tag? I have
Yeah.
a meeting tag, and then the meeting category, and then the tags are in person, Zoom, networking. Like so, when I went to the streamies, that
Event,
counted as
yeah.
5 hours of work. And you realize, yeah, I was drinking for 5 hours, but that was work.
Business tricks.
Business drunk.
Yeah. Love that.
So I have loose ends for whenever a hard drive breaks, or I have to organize my notes.
Right.
Stupid troubleshooting stuff, and then I look at my main channel. I look at what I'm doing on vertical. That's about it.
Is that what you call it? Vertical?
Yeah.
Like
So,
short
well, no, I have a
form videos?
social category, and then the tag is vertical or Twitter or shooting. If I'm shooting specifically for
Right.
vertical, which is different than my main channel, then I'll tag that differently too.
I
I'm just
call
really trying to
vertical
figure
short
out
form.
short form.
That's what I call
No,
TikToks or
it's not
whatever.
though, because you can do 3 to 10 minutes TikToks. So I call it vertical because that's the difference for me.
Interesting.
If they were all
Uh,
the same freaking shape, I wouldn't have to shoot specifically for vertical.
I know. I when I think of vertical, I think of niche. What is now
Oh
called
yeah.
niche, I used to call it a vertical: beauty,
Mm.
fashion, sports, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I like vertical. Maybe I'll change my nomenclature
Mm. For when you start using to clockify.
for
But it is
when
cool
I
to
track.
see like a pie chart of how much time I put into everything, and then I look at
And
is
then it's
am I putting
embarrassing.
too much time into my podcast and we're losing money on it? That was like
Yeah.
what I wanted to figure out, but it really
Or
all
also
it
like,
told me
oh,
was
I
when I
think I'm only playing video games for 10 minutes, but it was really
right.
110 minutes or whatever. That's really what is going to get me or get.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I was talking about earlier. It's like actually tracking something is that was one of the best ones about levels actually when I was photographing and tracking every single meal that I had. It was staggering how I thought I was eating pretty well, 80% plus
The
cleanish.
photos don't
And it
lie.
was like 40%. And I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Oops.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
Anyway, tracking's cool, I guess. I don't know. Not really.
Yeah, and now it's a second nature to me to just like start a clock. It's made for freelancers to
Yeah,
be able to send invoices to each project, but that's
yeah.
not how I'm using it. Yeah, I don't know. It hasn't helped. That's what I'm saying. It hasn't helped me be more efficient. I haven't realized anything magical from it except that it's more hours than I thought that I was putting into work. And even some stuff I miss. Like I'll go to the gym and I'll film a bunch of stuff for Vertical or
Hmm.
my fitness channel, but I don't have the clock started then. And how many times am I in the shower brainstorming, but that I don't clock my showers. Should I clock my showers? Oh,
My God, now you got to clock everything. Clock how much you're breathing.
yeah, which is too often. I have a really high resting breath rate, and I'm like, what the heck? I thought my VO2 max was fantastic.
Clock how long it takes you to drink your water, and then I think what you're worried about is if you're you could focus on efficiency. You know,
Right.
what can
Yes.
I take
Chug
off
faster.
my plate? Chugging water, maybe I should funnel all my water first thing. And
Then I don't have to worry about it throughout the day, like my meals.
oh, it's such a strain.
I did take
Maybe
my
you should
one
just.
day off a year yesterday, and I still worked 1 hour and 24 minutes.
Then it wasn't a day.
20, sorry, 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 28 seconds
Then you owe me an hour and a half of
of doing
doing
nothing.
nothing.
All right, fine.
Nothing.
I'm in. See you in January.
We'll see you in December.
Oh, yeah. Can you come over on December 31st, please? Because that's when I'm going to attempt my final muscle up.
Oh, that's the day.
Yeah. Speaking of goals, I'm glad that I transitioned this so smoothly. So I have my training sessions since November have been very planned out to the point where I did a muscle up training session on my birthday.
And
I got to hear.
that's more than halfway.
I know, isn't it? And I do have the other half individually. Anyway,
So, yes, December 31st is the day where we finally settled. We decide
and I think
your.
you should be there when I do my last. And I will have rested for 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll have done 5.
Is there a timer going for that too?
I have a separate laptop just to clock my rest hours. I'm so
Oh, it's
efficient at
so
resting.
stupid. I love it.
I'm the best recoverer. So, in
This is
case
from
you
that.
missed the episode at the
Yeah.
beginning of this year, Max challenged me to get a muscle up by the end of this year, and we are quickly coming up upon said end.
And
And
frankly, I thought you'd be done by June. I didn't in any way mean to like swindle you or have you. I mean, you haven't gotten one yet. Is that fair to say?
yes, I'm fully aware of my body and its capabilities and its speed at learning a physical strength skill, and I knew it would come down to this. I am so close. It is sad. It is perfectly gripping for a YouTube video. It's crazy. We're down to the wire. I have 2 more training sessions before my taper and test.
Oh boy.
And it is there.
I
One
think
inch
you got
away.
it. Yeah, I think you
You
got it.
think I got it?
I do. That's why I didn't really like bet you couldn't do it. It was sort of like a what I
Just
felt would help as a motivator or like a
yeah.
running storyline or like
In
a
what
little
world do I need a motivator? Ugh.
apparently this one because you haven't got it yet. Ah!
So if I don't get this, for everyone who didn't see the challenge, if I don't get this, he gets to pick a tattoo, whatever he wants, and I have to get said tattoo on my body forever. There's an
Mhm.
ephemeral tattoo place in Pittsburgh. No, I'm sorry, in LA. Ephemeral meaning it disappears after a while. I think they last for about 3 months. This was supposed to last 3 months. Everybody who's listening on audio, I still
Ugh.
have a lip tattoo that they're supposed to go away, supposedly, and mine is just as vivid as the stupid drunk day I got it.
Yeah. So you know your body.
Oh no, yeah, even the ephemeral tattoo is gonna last.
Probably like a temporary tattoo lasts for like 4 months, and you're like, "What is going on here?" Like the dollar store ones.
I got a butterfly in my cheek.
So
Do you have you
unrelated. Where do you think the is the worst place to get a tattoo? Your face or your lower back?
at least lower back you can hide?
No, you can't. You never wear lower back.
It's true. I don't own shirts. I
Oh
walked into
boy.
my gym the other day and it was 50s in LA. It's been surprisingly cold for LA, which
Yeah.
in LA cold is much colder than a Pittsburgh 50 is shorts.
Oh,
An LA 50, everyone's in
yeah.
snowsuits.
Yeah. Ski hats.
So I biked to my gym and I walk in
Mhm.
my no shirt, and the front desk attendant was like, "You walk in here like it's not 50 degrees out." And then I made some joke about how doing laundry is stupid, but she didn't laugh. So I think she thinks that I don't wear shirts because I don't want to do laundry. And I see her all the time, and I'm like, oh my goodness. No, I'm not wearing a shirt because obviously I like cold exposure and showing people that I've,
And look at me.
yeah, exactly.
Please.
Look at my delts. Not because of laundry, but also laundry.
Yeah, sounds like you need to work on your delivery. Why
Ugh,
don't you wear shirts? Yeah. Oh, is it shirt day?
that's decent. The Emperor's New Clothes. I could be like, well, anybody who's fit for their desk job could see my shirt.
No, you're like, oh, you know what my favorite color is? Clear.
Get a clear shirt on. I feel like Right Said Fred wore clear shirts. You know the
I
guys
feel
that
like
do I'm
yeah,
too sexy.
like a raincoat, but it was clear.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I remember that?
Just hold up, googling clear shirts. Oh yeah, it is exactly the Right Said Fred look. Men's
Oh, that's
solid
not what I
sheer
was
tee.
thinking. This is
No,
like
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
kind of white or
Transparent plastic shirt. This looks like you got yourself dry cleaned, and
oh
then
my
they handed you
gosh.
back with this clear plastic over top. Ugh, it seems so sweaty.
All right, well, couple weeks, then
Anyway,
we'll know if you'll get a new tattoo.
yeah, that was my goal for this year. That and
Oh, thanks for having me Google clear shirts, by the way. Now I'm just looking at a bunch of like nipples.
yeah, but nipples pressed against
Right,
plastic, which is
right. So it's
weird.
not sex. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
extra.
Google. That's not what I'm aroused by. So anyway, yeah, that's
Let me be clear.
well, that's
Uh,
exciting. Couple weeks, you'll either get a muscle up or you'll get a new tattoo.
can't wait.
That's exciting.
I get to pick the place, right?
I don't know. I think you get to pick the size within reason, or maybe
Were you asking me about face and tramp stamp because you were gonna put it either or? Get
I don't
out.
know. I haven't decided. I was just asking your
You
opinion
don't get to
on.
pick placement. You get to pick the thing.
Well, no, because then you'll put it on like your like
Bottom of my
inner
foot.
armpit, yeah, or something, where like no one would
Oh,
ever.
that would be so painful.
I know.
I'd do it.
No, don't do that. I would
Whatever. I'll
think
just get this
like
muscle up.
also it depends on yeah, it's moot. Why are we even talking about this? Just make sure you have a good how's your grip?
Forearm strength. I'm to the point where it's just like this. My forearm needs to
Uh,
do this with all of my body weight, and then I can get up.
Hell
That's what I'm
yeah. You
missing.
got it. You got it. Get one of those weights and start going like
Shake weight.
this.
Ah, yes, sure.
That's actually a really crazy forearm. You hold like you get a dumbbell like a 10 or a 7 or whatever, and you hold one of them, you hold the bottom of the bulb so the rest of it's sticking straight up.
Oh yeah.
And then you just internally you put your forearm on a bench, and then you internally and externally rotate your hand, your
Ooh, I gotta
wrist.
try that.
That
Next
really
year. I'm
that'll get
resting
you.
now.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have told you that. I thought well you had a muscle up coach. It's not like you weren't prepared,
Muscle up coach?
didn't you?
No. I tried. I asked Borstein, he was like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like you're doing something good. Yeah, it
How
sounds
would
like a
I
good
know?
idea.
Oh, next
It
year.
is surprisingly close. And it is I'm now so fast to get to here. It's like, oh
Nice.
yeah, she's got it. And then I'm just stuck.
I think you got it. Drink some extra protein.
At least I came back from my shoulder injury.
Yeah, you did hit a couple
Save
snags. I'm very proud of you. You did an excellent job. We probably should have
save
started
it
the
for the video.
timer. We probably should have started an injury timer,
I
and then you can
know.
extend it. Maybe that's your out if you can't. You know what I mean? If you need an extra couple of weeks or months or
It was a solid 3 or 4 months that I was out on injury.
yeah. So there you go. You don't. You do lose eligibility.
I should have read the fine print.
Well, if you're like injured before the season starts, then you can just redshirt it. But if you're in season and then you get injured, you don't retain eligibility for the extra
Even one
year.
game? That sucks.
Yeah, as soon as you clock in, you can't take it off anymore. NCAA rules.
Do you have any workout yearly goals?
I do stretch.
Whoa. Yours are so mindful. All of the things that you're gonna do are just so
Well, it's mindful, meaning like I look at myself and I'm like, wow, you are a disgusting straw man who can't touch his toes and tying your shoes. You're like, ugh, and like sitting cross-legged makes your knee feel like it's gonna explode. And yeah, no, I don't. It's embarrassing for sure. But I haven't figured out my approach yet. But stretching is on my. It's in one of my notes.
mm, a to-do list.
It's
Is it in iPhone notes?
an iPhone notes. I'll share it with you.
Nah, it would be. Yeah, that is a good one. And I was doing it every night and I kind of stopped.
Well, I have to come up with a routine and I have to come up with a place because a lot of times like the mat in my gym is too thin, it hurts my knee kind of.
Mm.
I also have to figure out if I'm going to need to buy some yoga blocks and really commit that way, or if I'm going to do bands, or how I'm, what I'm going to do. But
Who were we talking to that he was saying that his friend or something was in a cast? Maybe it was you. And that you're in that cast for, so many hours
yeah,
and then you think you're going to fix it by 5 minutes of stretching. You know what I mean? It's not
is this the?
realistic.
Have you ever seen the movie Rookie of the Year?
Oh yeah.
Is that
He
what you're talking
becomes a
about?
pitcher. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Basically the idea is if you're anti-stretching for 8 hours a day because I'm going like this over my computer, Mr. Burnsing, then
Yeah,
5 minutes of doing the opposite of that is not going to fix it. You need an equal number of hours in the other direction, right? So it makes
yeah.
me think, how can you have a
God, that
whole long session of stretch while you're working? How do we make a chair? I've tried to
two
sleep with
keyboards and they're both behind your
pillows.
head.
Yeah, right, exactly. I've thought about sleeping face down with pillows that are pulling me this way so that a full 8 hours you're doing the opposite of what you do at your desk. You know what I
That
mean?
is a great idea. They have a stretch where you lie on your face, you put a yoga block under your elbow
Yeah.
to sort of push your
But it's not
shoulder
about,
back.
really pushing through the pain of getting a split in 5 minutes. It's how do you slowly get into that split for 8 hours
I know.
a day, every day.
There's ones where like you sit on the ground or you put your feet up against a wall, and then you can that helps with either your
Yeah.
hamstring stretch or you go wide as like a middle split stretch or
Yeah.
whatever. But then my like feet fall asleep and I'm like, I can't even do that. It's too embarrassing.
Yikes. Yeah,
One day,
I just think I need to invent something.
a rack.
some sort of torture device that is also a standing desk.
I
Somehow
mean,
multitasking
they
enough.
basically are. The standing desks with the treadmills are basically torture devices, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I have this. Oh man. Give you a shot of my studio.
Oh God.
Right there is a desk.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, I like it more than a treadmill desk idea or a standing desk because well, it's not like I even use it. But when you're on a treadmill, some of the back of your attention is going to that. So you can't do really deep focused work because it's all coming from the same bucket, you know that metaphor. And so if
Yeah,
I really need to be on, I want to
you,
be
you got to
completely
get off the
nothing
bike.
my body. Right, exactly. I need to stop pedaling. So I can at least sit there and not pedal when I really need to focus. And then when I'm doing something mindless, I can pedal.
Yeah,
So it's best of both worlds.
I feel like the desk that you're describing or your dream desk is basically like just four ropes around your ankles and heels. You're like a marionette, you know,
Yeah,
and
and it's just
your
moving
desk
me
is
around.
basically going to have to be voice activated because
Yeah.
it's just constantly rope pulling you in four different. You're getting quartered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. James
At all
Bond. And then there's a
times.
laser coming up at my crotch.
Yes. Yeah, and you're wearing a tuxedo, obviously.
My tuxedo just arrived. I just got an alert
Nice.
from Amazon. I
Congratulations.
got a new tuxedo for New Year's.
New Year, new tux. Is that what you're wearing to New Year's Eve?
Yeah. I will be wearing it to do the muscle up.
Amazing. I'm in. I couldn't be more in.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess if I don't get the muscle up, then my goal for next year will be a muscle up. What's crazy is that I'm very close for my three goals this year. So if they roll over to next year, I'll get them well before the end of the year.
Is there a way you can do like point 0.8 of that goal for next year? Like do two unbroken muscle ups or something? Or
Oh, right.
multiple
Yeah, yeah, double
unbrokens?
it or something like that. Yeah, that's true. I feel like I should change focus. I've had a year. I think about this. I go to sleep thinking about it. I wake up thinking about it. I watch videos. You don't realize how much you've invaded my psyche for an entire year. You're completely forgetting it.
I can't wait to see the clockily.
Clockify.
Clockily. Clockily me.
Oh, Lord. But yeah, I feel like I should switch gears because now I've been very focused on specifically this move. Maybe I should go back to just caring about what my body looks like. I'll just try and get real big in
Just general
2023.
vanity. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that the focus on either a skill or aesthetics,
Hmm.
achieving something versus just what do I look like versus how heavy can I lift. Now that's a different thing too
That's an
because
entirely
I'm
different thing.
way stronger but I don't look way stronger. My muscles are more efficient. Calisthenics makes you dense and move well. It doesn't make you
Yeah.
bulky.
Boring.
Right? I'm just going back to
Well, who cares?
2023 is just bulk for me.
23. More bulk. I want to double in size. Oh my god. Well, anyway. Well, I'm excited. Can't wait to see how you do. I'm sure it'll be
Thanks.
great.
I
The
can't wait to see
tuxedo up.
how level-headed you are when you meditate all the time.
Oh, I can't believe I'm doing that again. It's awful.
You clearly
It'll be
have the
great.
motivation. You
Terrific.
you stayed dedicated all over a year.
Well, because I kept waiting for something to happen. And it's not terrible. And also I like installed it as a habit really well. I would have a French press. I would make coffee, and when you use a French press, it has to
You
sit
have
for
to
five
wait.
minutes. And so
Yeah.
it was installed really well. The habit
Yeah.
installed either one.
I love it. It's like you're a program.
Yeah, exactly.
You're an operating
My
system and
boot
you just
up.
installed it. Yeah.
That's my boot up function. But we'll see. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
finally achieve inner peace.
My co-host is Buddha.
Isn't
No, I didn't say Spider-Man. I said Buddha.
that what they do? They do the Spider-Man's like this.
Oh, sorry.
Buddha's like, what do they do? I don't even know. Maybe I need to go back to meditating. I don't know what to do with my hands. That was the issue.
That was it. You're doing it wrong.
The whole time I'm meditating, my hands are just dancing around like Thing from the Addams Family. A couple of things.
All right.
Well,
Well,
good luck.
yeah, thanks. You
Can't
too.
wait.
We'll see you in the new year. And
New
thanks
year,
to the
new.
Fitheads. If you want to get us a New Year's gift, please go rate and review on Apple Podcasts. We love that. That helps us out a whole lot. Let us know in the comments what your New Year's goals are because we need more, honestly.
Yeah.
What are you doing this year? Because maybe we'll follow you. And we will see you next week.